I started by going down from working 5 days to 3 days, which obviously you aren't paid the same and you work just as hard. But I'm very glad I did it because it gave me time to begin to sort of develop interests, which I think is important. And usually most of us work long hours and then at weekends we just crash out and hardly sort of catch up with ourselves. But the lovely thing is that I've taken up bridge, had bridge lessons, and that has introduced me to all sorts of people and got me into my local community, which is lovely. I've kept governorships going, although I've now just ended them, but it was to do it gradually. And when I then did retire, which was several years after I'd gone down to 3 days, they asked me if I'd stay on and do some consultancy, which was absolutely lovely because I was still involved in training some of the young, which is what I enjoy, and it kept me in touch with the business that I'd built up. And really I felt that I had such a lovely quality of life, and I certainly do have now. And I can't tell you what a relief and release it is not to be worrying about the bottom line, not to be worrying about managing people and their problems and their families, driving them to work as hard as they can. And that release, I think I'm a much happier, more balanced person than when one's frenetic as one is in a full-time job with responsibility for teams and for the financial income. I've tried where possible to use the skills I've built to help others now, and although I had no experience of fundraising, I have been doing that for a wonderful group of nurses. They don't have a hospice. Their motto is hospice at home, and their aim is to help people who are reaching the end of life to die in their own homes. It's what every government has said they would do, but nobody supports. They get no government funding, and so every few years I do a major event, and people give their wonderful homes in holiday homes in Spain or Italy or wherever, and people bid for them and are very generous with their bids. And so I think I've raised about 150,000 for them with a couple of things, and I'm just about to do another one now, but actually introducing people to bequests and asking them to leave money in their wills, because they often forget that side. They've asked me to be on the board, but I don't want to be on the board. I hate committee meetings, and I think I can contribute more by going in and talking to the nurses every so often and then raising funds for them and really getting people to know about them and to care about them. I think getting part of the community has been just lovely too. I live outside a village, which is ideal, but it is a lovely village, and we've had wonderful Jubilee celebrations and all sorts of things, and helping with those sorts of things, inevitably doing the church flowers and helping set up 8 o'clock service. There are so many things one does in one's life, you just don't think about it. I've given up a governorship of a school that I held for a number of years, but not until I had got somebody in to replace me with the same skills, because I've worked with boards and I know how important it is that they have people with educational experience. I love shooting, and I have, what has made me enjoy it even more is I've now got a gun dog, and he comes and sits on the peg with me and loves it. And so with shooting, it means that I really look forward to the winter in a way most people don't. I travel when I can. I obviously haven't through COVID. What else do I do? I've been playing tennis quite a lot recently. All my friends because they didn't work, used to have sort of Tuesday tennis or Wednesday tennis, but working in London full time, that wasn't possible. But now I'm got onto a WhatsApp with friends, and we play quite regularly. I've just come back from playing tennis with 7 other people, 2 courts worth, in La Manga in Spain. And that's really lovely. And I do lots of walking. I used to walk alone, now I've got my dog to walk and exercise and train. So I'm pretty busy.